Howdy all, I hope we're all okay, I hope everyone's doing fine. I'm back with the next preview for the National League games and what I think is going to happen in this next round of games. Match day number 5, I believe this is. So, shall we crack on? We shall crack on. Let's crack on. So the first game of the weekend on Saturday is going to be Aldershot up against Solihull Moors. Now, Aldershot were very, very unlucky against Notts County last weekend. They lost 3-2 narrowly. But that could give them that could give them a lift that they push Notts, especially away from home. That could give them a little bit of a lift against Solihull Moors, which is the next one. Now, Solihull, they haven't got going yet. They've drew 2 and lost 1. Solihull, they'll be finer than Neil Ardley. They'll get everything sort of up and running. I think they'll do it. I think they'll do it this weekend. I don't think it'll be an easy game. I really don't. Whether we'll have the same level of goals like we did last weekend when we had 50, we'll have to wait and see. But my prediction for this is Aldershot Town 1, Solihull Moors 2. I just fancy Solihull to get their first win. But Aldershot are definitely they're definitely going to be a danger. They look more of a danger, I think, now, and they could find that bounce now that now they have scored a couple of goals against a good side in County. So we'll see. But I'm saying 2-1 to Solihull. Second game is Barnet up against Eastleigh. Now, Barnet, the best way I can describe it is they can obviously score a goal, but they can't defend for Adam. And they wanted to sort of try and blame the referee at the last game, because they lost 4-3 to Grimsby last time out. You want to blame the referee. You score 3 goals and you still can't win. Look at yourselves, to be completely honest. Harry Kuehl, once they lost the man, obviously, I felt like once Barnet lost the man, and then Harry Kuehl seemed to have lost his head. Or he said something to the 4th official, which got him sent off. I did see some Barnet supporters moan about the refereeing. And I'm saying this not as a Grimsby supporter, but look at yourselves, to be honest. I would say the second penalty for Barnet, for us, for Grimsby, I think was harsh. The first one, I actually thought it hit his back. Looking back on it, it was a Stonewall pen. Second one, there was more doubt on that. But Barnet have just got to look at themselves and go, we've scored 3 goals, and in 20 minutes, we concede 3. How is that possible? The referees down here at this level, I'll say to everybody, they're not professional referees. They are not professionals. They are not Premier League Championship referees. They are doing this on top of a full-time job. So, was the referee good? I thought he was the best referee I've seen in a Grimsby game for quite a while. So I think Barnet, you've got to look at yourselves defensively. Defensively, you guys were shocking. So were we, to be completely honest. I mean, our defending wasn't great, but I think Barnet need to sort of dust that one off and just say it was just one of them days. We were just, Barnet were just what they were. They're playing Eastleigh, who are having a tough time of it at the minute, but I'm not nervous for Eastleigh at all. They'll get going, and so much so this week I've gone for Eastleigh to beat Barnet by 3-1. I don't think Barnet are a very good side at all. People would say, well, you would say that you're a Grimsby fan and you beat them. If you can score 3 goals and not win a game, I think that's quite alarming defensively for any team. And I've actually gone for Barnet 1, Eastleigh 3. I think Barnet are really going to struggle this year. Now I do, after watching them the way they defend, absolutely. So Eastleigh 3, Barnet 1. We're going to go on to Bromley. Obviously, they're waiting for the rearranged game with Grimsby coming up at the end of the month. They're playing high-flying Bournemouth. Difficult game this to call, to be honest. I wasn't sure which way to go because Bromley at home are always dangerous. And like I said, if they get their main man going, then it could be difficult. But Bournemouth, they've shown as well that they can do it without Tishamanga. They're showing that so far. I think this one's going to be quite a close one. So much so I've gone for Bromley 1, Bournemouth 1. Very, very tough to call. I nearly flipped a coin and said which one goes where, but I'm going to go for a draw there. Bromley 1, Bournemouth 1. Next up we have Dover up against Chesterfield. Dover. How do I feel for you? And the supporters of Dover. I'd love to say that you're going to win a game, and you did do well last weekend. I mean, you scored 2 goals, I believe it was, and maybe should have picked something up. But the alarming rate is that to get off of minus points, which has got to be Dover's, that's going to be Dover's hope first off, is get off minus. Well, to do that, Dover, you've got to win 4 games before you can even think about doing that. And to be honest with you, you're going up against a team that I can't see you getting anything out of. I really, really can't. Watch this, they'll go and surprise me and they'll go and do it. But I've gone, I feel like I've been quite kind to them, really. I've gone for Dover Athletic 0, Chesterfield 2. For me, Chesterfield, it could be even more than that. It could be 4-5. It could even be 6. The amount of striking power Chesterfield have got, I just can't see them having much trouble over Dover. Good luck to Dover. I hope they do prove me wrong in a way, but I just can't see them getting it past Chesterfield. So again, it's Dover Athletic 0, Chesterfield 2. We go on to the game after that. We've got Halifax up against Southend. Now Halifax were Pete Wild. You could see last week against Yeovil, he was very, very frustrated. They created a lot of chances against Yeovil, and he got himself sent off. In fact, it must be very frustrating in a minute to be a Halifax fan because you've got some good quality there, some players that even I know from South Grimsby, like Luke Summerfield. You've got some good players there at Halifax. It's amazing it hasn't clicked yet because Pete Wild is a good manager as well. And they're playing Southend. I think Southend, I think they will come good because they are, they are a good team, and but they've had a lot of trouble off the pitch. This one though, I fancy Halifax to narrowly get the win. I think they've definitely got the right guy in Phil Brown at Southend, but I think they're still readjusting to life in National League, and going to Halifax, as we've done a couple of times when we were last in the National League at Grimsby, it's not an easy place to go to, especially when you're not sort of having the form that you'd hope to be in. So much so I'm going to go for Halifax to win this one by 2-1. Stockport County against Yeovil is next. Stockport underwhelming at the moment. And like I said, they were my tip to win the league, but like I said, in this league is probably the most unpredictable. Well, I think all the leagues are unpredictable, but this league is unpredictable. With the firepower that Stockport have got, you'd have thought that they would have, been a lot higher in the league. And Yeovil, I mean, they've started so well. I've gone basically for home advantage in this one. I think, but not by much because I think Stockport really. I don't want to say they're caving at the minute over the pressure of being the pre-season favourites, but I think until they start to click and get the goals flowing from Madden and Quigley, and I think at the minute they're definitely underwhelming. But I have gone for them to nick the game against Yeovil by a goal to nil, 1-0 to Stockport. But it very easily could be the other way around. But I've gone for Stockport 1, Yeovil 0. Next we go on to Torquey against Grimsby Town. Now, I won't be going to this obviously due to distance, but I'll be listening in. Torquey have had like an underwhelming start. I think they've got the hangover of the playoff disappointment, and it is a massive disappointment when you're literally a penalty kick away from the Football League. Oh boy, have we been there, Torquay fans, I can assure you of that. And sometimes it can, resonate going into the next season because it obviously wasn't long between the end of that one and the beginning of this one. And I just think they haven't quite got to grips yet, but they got a win last time out, and obviously we're unbeaten in the. We didn't concede in the away game. I think this one, Grimsby with a fantastic 4-3 win over Barnet. We really shouldn't have won that, and we did. But I think that if we can get a point out of the game with Torquay, I'll take it. I have gone for Grimsby to win it, but I do not think it's going to be easy at all. I've gone for Torquay United 1, Grimsby 2. And the reason why I think it's not easy, it's Gary Johnson. Yeah, again, I've mentioned so many times the Johnson effect. It's... but they seem to be leaking goals pretty frequently at the moment. I'm sure that Gary will want to be stopping the slide. Hopefully they do it after the game against Grimsby, and I've gone for Torquay 1, Grimsby Town 2. The next game on is Wealdstone against Altrincham. Wealdstone, they are one of these teams, especially at home, that you don't expect much from, but they can surprise the teams you don't expect them to. Hence when they drew 0-0 with Southend. I think Southend thought they were just going to go there and it was just going to be a rollover. Whereas they're playing Altrincham, and Altrincham are looking good this year. They really are looking good. They're like a little spoiler, I think, this year, Altrincham. And that's who I've gone for this game. I've gone Wealdstone 1, Altrincham 3. But Wealdstone could easily spring a surprise. It'll be a game they'll want to win because of having home advantage. They have just signed Ivor Jackson Jr. after being released by Grimsby 24 hours ago. He then found the club at Wealdstone. So good luck to them, good luck to him, and good luck to Wealdstone. But I still see Altrincham as the winner for this one by 3-1. Next we go to probably the biggest surprise that I'm going to say. It's Weymouth up against Notts County. Now, a lot of Notts fans are not going to like me for this, but I'm actually going for Weymouth to win this. Weymouth, they're surprising me, even me at the moment, with the way they've started. Obviously, they lost the first 2 games, but they've been unbeaten since, and they don't. They look more dangerous than I think some people are giving them credit for. Not so Notts at the moment. That they're flying high, and they'll be sort of like on cloud nine. I've heard some fans say that they're happy they're not top yet. It's too early. This is one where they do have to be wary, because these are ones that the bigger sides can slip up on. And actually, this is my surprise of the weekend. I think Weymouth are going to do it. I've gone for Weymouth 2, Notts County 1. I'm still concerned about Notts' defence. Like I said, my concern with Notts County is not scoring. My worry is conceding, and if they keep doing that, sooner or later they're not going to keep pulling it back. Like I said, they went 1-0 up against Aldershot and then went 2-1 down. They've done great to get back to 3-2 and win the game, but they're hiding the look a little bit. Only one of the players like Carl Roberts or Rodriguez, they've only got to get injured, or if Carl Wootton gets injured, he's on fire at the minute. I think he may score Saturday as well, but this is one that Notts have got to respect as much as any other fixture. But that's my surprise of the weekend. I'm going to go for Weymouth 2, Notts County 1. We've got Wrexham up against Woking. Wrexham have been underwhelming so far, and I said, again, all the pressure is on teams like Stockport and like Wrexham. Not so much on Notts County this year, and not so much on teams like mine. Chesterfield are living up to the pressure at the moment. Wrexham aren't. I think it's great having the money and having the backing, but it's not just. This league isn't just about throwing money at it. Because no offence, that will not get you out of the league. People say, well, Salford won the league a few seasons ago. They didn't win the league. They had to go through the playoffs themselves, even though they had all that money. They still had to go through the playoffs to do it. So throwing money at it does not always guarantee you success. I think this one, though, against Woking, although Woking have made a good start of the season, I just think someone's going to be in for a bit of a hiding against Wrexham. I think this weekend could be it. And I'm going to go for Wrexham 3, Woking 0. Seem to get that completely wrong. But I just see Wrexham are going to beat somebody quite badly. Hopefully not us on Tuesday night. I'll be back with another preview for that match day. On Sunday I'm doing that preview. And the final game of Saturday fixtures is Kings Lynn up against Dagenham and Redbridge. Just simple. Daggers to win. Kings Lynn are a good side, but I think they'll lose 3-0. Dagenham and Redbridge are absolutely flying. And again, they haven't got the pressure on them as some of the clubs, like I said, like a Wrexham, like a Chesterfield, like a Stockport. All the pressure's on those three, really, because of who they brought in. The only one at the minute that is living up to that, the minute, is Chesterfield. But like I said, they drew last weekend. You can never take your eye off any opponent, but I'm going to go for Dagenham and Redbridge to comfortably beat Kings Lynn by 3-0. That is my prediction for this week's games. What's your thoughts on it? If you support one of the clubs, what do you think is going to happen? What's your results? Let me know down below. Like I said, I will be back on Sunday because I think there is a midweek programme. There is, because I know Grimsby are at home to Wrexham. I believe there's a full midweek programme in the week. I'll be back on Sunday, if that is the case, for a preview of that. So I'll be back on Sunday for that. And like I say, if you're going to any of the games this weekend, enjoy. I hope your team does well. Like I said, it's just a prediction. It's just my opinion. If you want to think differently, put it down below. Let me know. And like and subscribe to the channel. Really does help me out. If you press the bell, that'll indicate to you when I put another video out. so you don't miss an upload from me. And yeah, give me your thoughts. What do you think is going to happen this weekend? Are Dagenham and Redbridge going to continue doing what they're doing? Are Notts going to absolutely wipe the floor with Weymouth? Or are Weymouth going to spring the surprise? Let me know what you honestly think. And I'll see you guys soon with another preview of another National League round of games. But I'll see you guys soon. See you soon, guys. Bye-bye.